Hello again, and a very, very warm welcome this Tuesday evening. My name's Sean, and this, of course, is the Planet Cruise TV show. It's a show that's been running over 8 years now. We always bring you the best deals live on the night. And tonight, we've got 6 fantastic deals and an extra special bonus, a very, very last-minute cruise. And don't forget, if you are new to the show, it's always a different phone number. So it's going to come up in... I was going to say in a few seconds' time, but it's there already. There you go. So it's 0808 250 2662. And, of course, you can check out all the deals on our website, planetcruise.co.uk. But I'm joined by a fantastic guest. He worked on the cruise ships for many, many years. He entertained the masses. The one and only Justin as well.
I have to pay you to say that.
No, you did. You entertained the masses.
I did. 700 people in a theatre. I used to love it. Yeah, I was with P&O Cruises for 6 years as part of the entertainment team. And yeah, I got a chance to travel and experience cruising firsthand, and I've still got the bug now. It gets me really excited, you know, talking about these cruise lines, talking about the deals. Tonight we've got a last-minute deal that if you're actually going, well, if you're free this Sunday, are you free on Sunday? No. We've got a last-minute deal for Sunday.
Try.
Well, it's perfect. And again, one thing I want to point out with Planet Cruise, we have got so many different offers. This is just the tip of the iceberg. That's probably a bad pun to use on a cruise show. But we've got 6 great deals. We've got a last-minute deal. We've got flexibility on you can stay overnight for a couple of nights in the port before you join the ship. We've got loads of different packages. And one tonight, a once-in-a-lifetime trip to China. I'm really looking forward to that.
And we've got prices starting at just over £500.
And, yeah, good point as well. A lot of these are deposit only.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And just very quickly, before we begin, why Planet Cruise, Justin?
I know it sounds big and bold, but we're the best. We're the biggest, certainly, when it comes to TV. We're market leaders when it comes to cruise lines, and we're top agent with the majority of the cruise lines. So we get the best prices, and the people that come with us then get the best savings.
And great customer service as well, and great feedback.
I'm kind of biased.
Yeah, no, true that. Anyway, we're going to start off with, I think, an amazing deal with P&O. On board a ship that Justin and I were on exactly a year ago.
A year, I know.
Yeah, a year this week.
It's quickly gone, but what a beautiful ship. And even though we were on there, I believe that somebody's going to show you around.
Yes, the one and only Keith Maynard on board the Britannia.
Inspired by P&O Cruises' illustrious past, but designed very much for their fabulous future, this is the biggest cruise ship ever designed for the UK cruise market. Welcome to P&O's beautiful Britannia. One thing you will definitely notice on board Britannia is that there's an abundance of excellent deck space and oodles of sun loungers to help you worship. In fact, there are 4 main pools to choose from, including the adult-only Serenity Pool, a perfect place to escape to for some downtime while the kids are being looked after elsewhere. There's 13 different bars on board, 4 of which are out on deck, which means you can enjoy the sunshine or the stars as you sip your favourite tipple. The stylish new blue cocktail bar is the perfect place for a dirty martini, or there's Brody's. I love that place, and that's where P&O Cruises have introduced the biggest selection of British beers at sea, with over 70 to choose from, representing 56 different UK counties. The food is headed up by P&O Cruises' iconic food heroes. You can enjoy the taste of India with the Master of Spice Atal Kutcher's fabulous Sindhu restaurant, or savour mouth-watering gala dinner options and menus created by the godfather of UK cooking, Mr. Marco Pierre White. If you really want to spoil yourself, you can also book Eric Landlad's afternoon tea experience, or head to his Market Cafe. It's a French-style patisserie that features fine cheeses, antipasto, charcuterie, tapas and specialty breads. You can enjoy the live music, comedy, cabarets and game shows of the Live Lounge, or sit back for West End style shows in this fabulous new theatre, which features a stunning LED backdrop. Strictly fans also won't be disappointed with the elegant wooden-floored Crystal Room. It's dedicated to dance and the perfect location to rumble the night away. P&O Cruises have really pushed the boat out when it comes to the accommodation. There's a sumptuous range of boutique offerings to choose from, including well-thought-out single cabins to these incredible suites designed by Richmond International that come with your own butler. And all the accommodation on board includes flat-screen TVs, pamper packs from the White Company and bespoke artwork from British artists.
She is a beautiful ship.
I thought you were talking about Keith there. She's beautiful, isn't she?
Yeah.
No, she's actually got the largest Union Jack at sea.
I didn't know that.
There you go. And they've completely changed all of... Sometimes when you see the P&O ships, they've still got the old yellow funnels. It's now the blue funnels.
So we know you will love the Britannia, but also you're going to adore the Fjords. I've actually cruised over the Fjords twice now. And,
it's lovely, isn't it?
Oh, amazing. So we're cruising out of Southampton, your first days at sea, just to explore and enjoy the beautiful Britannia, and we're making our way over to Stavanger.
Stavanger, yeah, breathtaking scenery like this. This is actually one of the places that you can go to. There's a particular rock called the Pulpit Rock, and it's 2,000 feet above sea level, and it quite literally is that breathtaking. So you can do lots of tours there. Also, just wandering around the town is quite nice. There's, it's known as the Cradle of the Viking, so you've got a lot of history there with some of the stave churches. Then we're off to Olden. Now, for me, again, Olden is all about the Brixton Glacier. You can go to see it, you can actually go to walk on the glacier, or you can have a little bit of a wander around the town. Remember, all of the fjords, they're beautiful to sail around in the summer, but in the winter, all of the Norwegians, this is just their summer homes. They actually move inland into the city, so absolutely breathtaking. Then we're off to Andelsnes, and this is a chance for you to cruise for part of the day through the fjords. Certainly coming from a P&O perspective, they usually do really push out the boat. I'm coming out with all the puns tonight. I'm not intending on doing it. But they push the boat out when it comes to entertainment that's geared towards the surroundings. So, of course, Edvard Grieg was born in Bergen, which we'll be going to at the end of the cruise. So they'll probably have some classical music on and some culture to suit. Talking of Bergen, we're actually there next. This is one of my favourite Norwegian towns. You get off and you walk around the fish market every, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday now, but it's beautiful. You can wander up into the cliffs as well, or you can get the cable car or the vernacular railway, and really good dining. One of the great things as well about cruising to Norway is it does tend to be quite expensive ashore. So you've got everything on board your ship. You've got all of your food, you've got all of your entertainment as well, and you know, certainly with the deals that we've got here, you can not only enjoy just a normal cabin, you can actually upgrade to a balcony for just £15 per night per person. £15.
And do you know, I've got to say, having a balcony when you're cruising around the fjords, it does enhance the whole experience so much. Do you remember we were there? Yeah.
So that, yeah, they do cook. It was from James Martin that actually inspired it. Sindhu as well is great. Ollie Smith's Wine House as well. The Crow's Nest up top, in front of the ship. That's the pointy end. And the theatre as well. I'm not too sure which cruise director will be on board, whether it will be Neil Oliver. It could be John Bartram as well. In fact, no, he's actually on leave at the moment. So
and that balcony cabin, you could get that tonight for $625.
$625, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. One thing as well, for those of you that are from up to north, from my other half, I'm an adopted northerner. If you're travelling down, stay overnight in the Holiday Inn. We've got a great relationship with them, so you can stay there for the night before the cruise. You can park your car for the 7 days as well, and you get transfers down to the ship and back for just £95.
That's really good, isn't it?
And that's breakfast as well.
Now, we will let you know, we spoke to Kat from Planet Cruise just before the show, and this one is selling really, really quickly. I'm not surprised at these prices. So the lead date starts in April, 22nd of April of next year, and a balcony, you can grab that for just $625. If you prefer to go, some of the dates we've got May, June, July and August there as well. Actually, September's a lovely time to go as well. Brilliant prices, but say it's selling very, very fast. Not surprised.
Don't forget, this is deposit only, so if you're thinking about next year, if you think about budgeting, I mean, that is an absolute bargain. I can't believe I'm actually going to use that term with a brand like P&O, but it is a bargain price and it's deposit only.
And a beautiful ship. And I can honestly say, I loved the Fjords experience so much. I actually went back. So I've done the Fjord cruise. Am I bragging a little bit? Am I? But
how many cruises have you done now?
I'm embarrassed to say. Actually, I got to that point where I say I'm actually embarrassed to say, but I do love cruise holidays. Anyway, if you'd like to book this one tonight, give us a call on that free phone number 080-250-2662. But we've got an incredible offer from Thomson.
Yeah.
Do you know, whenever we have Thomson on the show, it's always so busy. This
is going to be the one that is probably going to go the fastest. And just to give you a little bit of a heads up, in a couple of weeks' time, we've actually got a whole show dedicated to Thomson.
We have.
So if you're looking for just a Thomson holiday, then you've got 2 weeks' time, or snap this one up whilst there's availability, because this is epic.
I'm just looking, you away for nearly 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and it's less than £700 for almost 2 weeks. So, Thomson, why do you think they are so popular, Justin?
It's because it does what it says on the tin. Great cruise lines. What they've done is they've taken classic cruise ships and they've refurbished them to modern standards. So you're looking at ships that are a lot smaller, a lot more friendly, and that gives you a great atmosphere. It goes back to the good old days of cruising, when everybody knew everybody would stand in line, have a chat, have a laugh. It's great, especially with the staff as well, because
I was going to say, everyone always comments on how friendly the staff are, and what a lot of fun they all are as well.
every cruise line, the staff are going to be good, because it is one of the upper tiers of the holiday industry. You know, you do go to sea to, you know, really give the best service. But there is something about Thomson passengers that they always do feedback that the staff, it's almost as if they're welcome back home. So you've got that wonderful feeling. I mean, great food as well, great entertainment. So when you think about the price, all in, I mean, you can upgrade to all-inclusive on this one as well if you want. We've got great departure dates and flights that are available from lots of different locations as well. Supplements will apply. But this works out at £54 per person per night. And I think we just have to just have a reality check here. £54 per person per night.
I mean, and that's all of your food, your tips, your gratuities.
Yeah, and on top of that, if you did want to go for the upgrade and go all-inclusive, that would be all of your drinks as well. I don't know what that would work out, but still £54.
I know.
That is phenomenal value, and where you're going to be going is even better.
Oh, it's really good, really good. Anyway, what's really nice, this one departs from Newcastle as well, doesn't it?
For those of you that don't fly or don't like to fly, this is great, and especially for those of you, again, our northern fraternity that are watching this evening, great this leaving from Newcastle. We can arrange transport for anybody in the UK, but first port of call after your day at sea is Bruges. Now, Bruges is one of those places you just got to go and see. It will be a short shuttle bus ride into the actual town itself. You've got to go on a canal boat ride. So you've got off your cruise ship, you've got to go on a canal boat ride, and don't worry, you won't hit your head on the bridges. They are low, but they do go under. But that beautiful architecture that you've got there. Also, this is where you've got 125 different breweries in that region, and you've probably got, again, another 125 different shops in Bruges that sell just chocolate.
Honestly, it's a lovely place, isn't it?
Well, I mean, look at that. How could you not love that on a beautiful summer's day, having a wander round and soaking up some of the culture?
Yeah. Honestly, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous place. Anyway, from Bruges, where next, Justin?
We're off to Cherbourg. Now,
I've never been here, actually.
Do you know what? There's loads of stuff that you can do here. Of course, there's a lot of history here. You can go see the Bay of Tapestry if you want to go and see the Bay of Tapestry. Also, there's a lot of military history here as well with the Second World War. So you can go as well to see the Mount St Michael. So if you want to go and see how the monks live over in the monastery there, beautiful, iconic image as well. But for me, yeah, I'd want to go down to see some of the beaches. So you can go and see where Operation Overlord was launched, the American Cemetery, and Omaha Beach as well. So if you do like your military stuff, there's something for everybody there. You've got a nice relaxing day at sea, and then we're heading over to the Emerald Isle. We're going to Dublin. And do you know what? This is one of the places that we actually docked, and I never got a chance to go ashore. Absolutely gutted, but it's one place that I want to go desperately because it looks great, but it's also got two things that I desperately love. That's Guinness, other stouts are available, and live music. There is something unbelievable about everybody that I know that has been to Dublin. They say it doesn't matter whether it's rain come shine, whether it's morning come night. It is just, there's always like a Cayley band or traditional Irish music, and there's always a good pint of Guinness as well. So you can actually go to the actual Guinness storehouse there. I think they signed a lease for nearly like 1,000 years or something crazy like that. There's Dublin Castle there and Trinity College as well. Now, we're actually heading over now to Cork and the beautiful town of Cobh. Now, historically, this is actually where the Titanic set sail from. But hopefully your cruise will be a little bit more successful than that. This is stunning, and if you like your gifts and you like your finer things in life, Waterford Crystal, Oh yeah, it's the home of Waterford Crystal, so you can actually go there and see how they make it. There's also, if you want to go a little bit further afield, you can go and kiss the Blarney Stone.
Oh yes.
And that, I think I've already done that tonight, haven't I? It gives you the gift of the gab. So have a nice relaxing day, and then we're off to Spain now. We're off to Ferrol. Now this is actually got a great maritime history. This is actually where General Franco was born. And this is where the Great Spanish Armada set sail from. So there's plenty of history here. Then we're off to Vigo. Now, Vigo is probably one of the most popular destinations for those of you that like to make the pilgrimage to Santiago de Compostela, which after Jerusalem is like it's either the second or the third most holiest place of Christendom. So plenty of things to see and do there. Also, you've got to go to Cascavella, which is the old part of the town. There's some stunning seafood restaurants here. Being on the Atlantic, you have got some of the best. And let's just say that some of the dishes you just got to try. You don't want to ask what's in it, just try it. Then we're off to Lisbon. My other half's actually going over to Lisbon while I'm working. I know. I'm gutted that I'm not going.
Do you know, I'm actually there, funny enough, on a cruise in 4 weeks.
No? Oh, you mean it on my other half?
There we go.
It's brilliant.
Awkward, that, isn't it?
It's great. I get a week at home with a dog, and you get to pay for all of their drinks.
But
look,
tell me, what should you do in Lisbon then?
Go on a tram. Just make sure you get a ticket. You've got to get a ticket because it's really easy to get on the tram and not realise that you have to get a ticket and then you get stopped. So there's my little top tip. Also, you've got to have chicken and chips here. I know it sounds like we're talking cruising, 5-star, and it's all prim and proper. You've got to go right down the bottom. When you get dropped off in the coach, you walk up the main high street with all the clothing stores. Just keep on walking, and there's a theatre. And next to the theatre, there is the best restaurant that just does chicken on a spit roast and chips. Ooh. Get a bottle of rosé and have some of that. It's really good for shopping. And
you know a teacher class, don't you?
No, well, I like to just drop a few things in. Culturally, though, you can go to the Monument of Discoveries, where all of the explorers left from. There's the 25th of April Bridge, and there's also the Christ the Redeemer statue.
Now, I'm looking forward to it, really. Where's next time, Justin?
Portimao. It's the most beautiful part of Portugal. This is the Algarve, where you've got literally draw-dropping pictures of beaches and rock formations. It's probably one of the most photographed parts of the Algarve. I mean, look at that. It's just beautiful. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. And then to finish it all, my first ever port of call, Gibraltar. I know, I love the rock. Going back in there is just, there's something familiar about it. And in fact, I think I actually left some of my relatives there. There we go. Cheeky monkey. One thing, you can go up the rock in a cable car, and there's a lot of historic stuff with the Second World War, and also going back to Napoleonic times. There's actually tunnels that you can go into the rock itself. Great for shopping as well, but just remember to do your research on your duty free. You'll end up in Malaga, disembark, and then come back to the UK.
Back to London, but we have, of course, got regional flights available as well. Just speak to the call centre. Now, very important, got an amazing price tonight, live this Tuesday. So exclusive price reductions for Planet Cruise. We've actually, included those in the prices on the screen there. Return flights coming back to Gatwick, Luton or Cardiff. We've also got return flights to Manchester, Doncaster, and, of course, Newcastle or Glasgow for just supplements there. And flying back to Manchester from only £40 per person supplement as well. So it's $699 for nearly 2 weeks away with Thomson. That is an amazing price, really is. And so all of your tips and service charges are included as well. The ID number for that one, by the way, is 148465. Now, we promised you an amazing last-minute deal. Justin's going to tell you about it right now.
Well, first of all, you got to just ask yourself what you're doing Sunday.
Actually, I've got... How long's the cruise?
10 nights.
I think I could maybe...
If you haven't got anything... If you're sat at home right now and you're going, I fancy a cruise, it's an absolute deal. 10 nights around the Norwegian fjords. You're going with Cruise and Maritime on the Marco Polo, so a lovely ship. It's adults only as well, so there's no children. So perhaps if you want to get away from the grandkids or just leave all of them behind, you get to see Bergen, Olden, Geiranger Fjord, Flam, Stavanger, and this is leaving from Bristol and coming back into Cardiff. Really unusual. Inside cabin, £389 per person.
Are you serious?
300. If you want to go for an outside, it's 529. So phenomenal prices. All I'd say is that's just an example of some of the last-minute deals that we have.
Wow.
Phone up the number at the bottom of the screen. We haven't got an ID number for it. Phone up the number at the bottom of the screen. Ask the guys, and if that one's already gone, ask them what else is out there. Because we've got loads of last-minute deals.
So how many nights again did you say?
10 nights.
And what?
389.
So that is working out less than £39 per person per night.
Unbelievable value.
Oh my word! And the fjords are amazing. Seriously.
Yeah, but this is just before one of my favourite deals, because this next one is a once in a lifetime. We did this a few weeks ago. If you've ever wanted to go to China, if you ever wanted to see the Terracotta Army, if you ever wanted to go and see the Great Wall, Tiananmen Square, this is a once in a lifetime trip, and this is with Viking.
Wow. Well, we're flying into Shanghai first of all, aren't we?
Yep.
You've actually got 2 nights here in a fantastic hotel.
Yeah, the hotels, and you know, just to caveat this, so you get 2 nights here, and the hotels that are usually booked in for Viking is either the Westin, the Ritz-Carlton, the Portman, the Shangri-La.
Shangri-La?
Yeah, the Sheraton, the Crowne Plaza. These are all subject to availability, and of course, if we can't book you into those, then we'll book you in something similar. But that gives you some sort of an idea, because we are jumping now, 389 up to £2,500 per person. But what you are getting here is 11 included excursions, and we're not just talking about a bus trip, just drop you ashore. Guided excursions. You're getting 2 nights in Shanghai, and this is where you get the first of your 2 tours. So you get a chance to go down the famous financial district, the Bund, which is just on the riverbanks. And you've got acres and acres of gardens and pathways down here, which is traditional pagodas. This dates back to the Ming Dynasty. So you've got the Grand Rockery of caves and grottos, and you'll also get to see the Shanghai Museum as well. That's just one of the tours. And then in the evening, you've got a chance to see the Shanghai Acrobatic Troupe. Now this, again, is just phenomenal. So if you've ever wanted to see, it's one thing to go and see it in a theatre when they're on tour, but to actually go and see it in China is just something completely breathtaking.
I'd love that. Now, got a little flight next, haven't we?
Yep, and bear in mind, all of the flights, all the transfers, everything's included in this one, okay? You're flying to Wuhan, and this is where you get to see another beautiful museum. Now, this actual part of the world is probably one of the most ancient and sacred.
And this is when we actually embark on the Viking Emerald.
Yeah, the ship itself, just to point out, the ship, these are all designed for the waterways that you're going to be cruising. You're only looking at 256 passengers, and some of the things that are on board, I mean, you get free internet, you get your complimentary wine, beer and soft drinks on board with dinner and lunch. All your meals are included, so that's 13 breakfasts, 12 lunches and 12 dinners. There are a couple of the excursions where you actually go to restaurants, so you actually get to have Peking duck in a proper Chinese restaurant. All of that is included, and one of the things, there's a hairdresser on board, there's even a tailor on board as well, so if you want to get some suits made for you and tailored, they're fantastic.
Beautiful shit though.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's the service that you're getting, because you've got that very Western feel, but in a culture which is completely immersive.
And just did you say about 250 people?
Yeah, I think it's 256 or 259, I believe, in total on board the actual ship itself. But she's absolutely stunning as a ship. She's designed for that river, so they really have thought about how it's going to be designed. When you've got views like that, you do want those wonderful balconies.
And we should say the price on the screen is, of course, for a veranda as well. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Right, now we're going to be moving on to 3 days in quick succession. We've got Jinsao, and then we've got the Three Gorges Dam, and then the lesser Three Gorges Dam. Now, I'm just going to look at the Three Gorges to start with, which is the main dam. Now this, the best way to describe it is very much like the Panama Canal. It's an engineering feat in itself, which is quite industrial. But then when you go to the next day and the lesser Three Gorges, this is where you have got absolutely breathtaking scenery. You can go on a sampan boat for a leisurely excursion down some of the tributaries, down some of the little riverways down there. And this is absolutely stunning. You actually go down somewhere called the Goddess String, and you can just sit back and relax while they actually sail you down in this little sampan. It's absolutely superb, stunning. Then we're on to our next day, and this is where we go into Shabazai. Now, Shabazai has a world-renowned pavilion. It's actually a 12-storey pavilion. There's many different stories about this. The higher you climb, the luckier you are. There's also a big milling wheel at the top, a big stone milling wheel. And as the story goes, there was a rich rice paddy. And basically, the water would flow through the whole of this milling wheel. And this monk thought, brilliant, if we chisel out the hole to make it larger, we'll get more rice. And he chiselled it out, and it stopped flowing. So yeah, there's all these wonderful little stories and cultures. But this is dating back to the Qing dynasty. It's absolutely stunning. And again, that is another excursion which is included in the price of this cruise. Now you're actually going to be disembarking here, and this is where you go to Chongqing and then on to Xi'an. And again, this is for a 2-night stay in another 5-star hotel. So just like the hotels that we talked about earlier on, again, it's subject to availability. If they're not available, then we will be putting you into a hotel of similar standards. We're off now to see one of the most remarkable sites in history, and this is something that they're still excavating now. They started in the 1970s, and this is, well, 8,000 and counting life-size sculptured warriors. It's the Terracotta Army, and there is some absolute stone. There's the I'll show you this. There's the bronze chariot of the Emperor. All of this was buried with the Emperor for the afterlife. And you know, when you look at, if you've ever been lucky enough to go to Egypt and to go see some of the pyramids, you think, oh wow, you know, that's kind of cool. And then you go and see that, and you go, wow, they've just absolutely upped the ante, dropped the mic, and walked off stage. It's just, it's just remarkable. But again, here you will get an evening where you have a sumptuous meal accompanied by dances and music from the Tang Dynasty. So this is where you get the beautiful rainbow skirt and feathered coat dance. And again, this is another cultural show. This is another cultural excursion which is included in the price. Remember, 11 excursions are in the price of this. And I've got to point out, you can't go all this way and not go and see some of these things. And I think that's why they've done that in the package, because then there's nothing holding you back. Go and explore. Oh, by the way, you actually get a chance to go on a rickshaw here as well and go around some of the streets. That's really included. Just, I'll drop that one in.
And then Beijing?
Yeah, this is where we have a 3-night stay. Again, you've got a day at leisure where you'll be going to see one of the best parts, because bear in mind the Great Wall of China literally is the whole of one side of China. This is one of the best parts, and in fact, this is where you have the Sacred Way, and this is where you have some of the Ming Dynasty tombs. So there's a couple of avenues of trees where there's these beautiful marble horses and creatures and elephants that are all sculpted and carved. You know, it is just one, and this is where you get a chance in the evening to have a true piece of Chinese culinary history, and you can have a Peking duck in China. You also get a chance to go and see Tiananmen Square. So what you're just seeing there, the actual mausoleum. So and again, it's one of the most iconic images of history. So you get to see all of that. And again, we've got so much in there. I've got to point out that, look, if this interests you, it is a lot of money to spend. Phone up the guys now on the number at the bottom of the screen. Have a chat with them. Talk through what comes included, because there's a lot that comes included.
Well, I will say, when you actually break it down, it's outstanding, because you will get the free silver spirits drinks package on board. You are going to actually save up to £1,000 per person. The price is, giving you that massive saving, and we've actually included those in the price on the screen. You are going to get all of those extra stays in those stunning hotels, so 3 nights in Beijing and also Shanghai, Xi'an there as well. And we've also got regional flights available for no extra supplement tonight. Now, the prices, that lead price is for veranda, so price is starting at $2,595, but also say some great prices on the Explorer Suites as well. Now, the drinks package is free, and it's really good actually, because you've got any drinks up to $15, and that's including premium wines, cocktails, aperitifs there, the chef's table premium wine pairing, minibar replenishment, and 15% discount on premium beverages above $50 as well. So excellent, that one. Love to do that.
And to be fair, if you've always fancied trying a river cruise, then we've got a great evening that's coming up with Emerald Waterways.
Yes.
So I know we've just been travelling with Viking on the Emerald, but this is Emerald Waterways. Fantastic opportunity to join us down at Chichester Harbour Hotel. Just have to register at Planet Cruises' website.
Yeah.
That's on the 1st of June.
That'd be a great evening.
Yeah, unfortunately I won't be there. I know.
I'm devastated.
I know.
Yeah. And I won't either because I'm working here.
Oh, well, that's probably where I'll be.
Yes.
I'll be on the sofa without Sean.
You will.
Right.
Now, the next cruise is wonderful because it's...
Cruise line's wonderful.
Well, everything about this is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's all-inclusive.
All-inclusive. Well, Norwegian Cruise Line is actually the first cruise line. It's market leading, so they've just gone all-inclusive for all of their cruises.
So, premium all-inclusive, and that means not just your drinks and your food, but also service charges, everything.
Everything included. Also, they're the first cruise line to have a go-kart track at sea.
Yeah, I've just been looking at pictures.
We haven't got any pictures to show you, but we'll be talking a little bit more about any motorsport fans a little bit later on. But should we go on board?
Yes. Your ship will be the Norwegian Getaway. I can't get my teeth into that. Have you noticed? No. Yeah, so try again. Anyway, somebody that can always speak perfectly every single time is our Keith Maynard.
It's because you recorded it.
Oh, that's true, actually. But here they are to tell you more.
If your idea of a cruise is dim lighting, string quartets, tuxedos and ballroom dancing, then prepare to be challenged, because this cruise line is so laid back, it's almost horizontal.
Welcome to the most fun and relaxed cruise experience you're ever likely to encounter, where the entertainment never stops and the excitement just keeps on building. Welcome to freestyle cruising. Welcome to Norwegian Cruise Line. There's more restaurants than days of the week, and you can enjoy food from all over the world and dine and dress as you please. From trendy French bistros to steakhouses and sushi bars, Norwegian Cruise Line offers tons of choice. If you're a vegan, vegetarian, high carb, low carb, or gluten-free, it's all covered.
Remember, this is freestyle cruising, so wherever your mood and whatever the occasion, there'll be a bar that fits the bill. With sports bars and whiskey bars, martini bars and champagne bars, alfresco bars and wine bars, bars with music and bars with sport, even ice bars. One thing's for sure, you definitely won't go thirsty.
Imagine playing Nintendo Wii on a 2-story high screen, or challenging a friend on the all-new Aqua Racer. Visualise eating world-class cuisine while acrobats tumble down on silks around your table. Or simply enjoying a beer as comedians make you smile with dedicated comedy clubs. Picture yourself singing along as dueling pianos compete, or settling into your own seat for one of the Tony Award-winning shows. Whether you're a single cruiser, holidaying with all the family, or planning a group cruise, you'll find something perfect for you.
Norwegian Cruise Line offers one of the widest selections of accommodation in the industry. There are exclusive suites where you have your own private sun deck, along with brilliant interjoining family staterooms that are cleverly located near all the kids' facilities, and balcony staterooms where you wake up to a different view every morning. But it's in the studio staterooms where Norwegian are head and shoulders above the competition.
Do you think those two are really good compared to us two? Don't you think?
Well, they're better looking.
They are, aren't they?
I don't know about better. At least we're live.
We are live.
Right, anyway.
So all-inclusive.
Yep.
So brilliant deal. And
you can actually add, so I said to you at the beginning of the show where you can add nights, where possible. You can add a 2-night stay in Copenhagen to kick off or finish your cruise here for just £229 per person.
Very nice.
And to be fair, Copenhagen, this is your embarkation and disembarkation port. Copenhagen as a destination is phenomenal. Fantastic city.
So we're flying there, so you could spend a couple of extra nights there should you wish. And we're going to visit Berlin, first of all, aren't we?
Well, Warnemünde, which
is the port, yeah.
Warnemünde is the port, and then you have to transfer into town. I mean, if you've never been to Berlin before, then you've got to go there. You've got the Berlin Wall. You can actually get your passport stamped by Checkpoint Charlie. And there's a lot of historical things. You can actually go to see the Holocaust Memorial Museum as well. So if you want to do that, then you can do. If not, Warnemünde itself is actually a beautiful little place. It's one of the places, I can't remember what the statistic is, but I think that they swim every day of the year, including Christmas Day.
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
Yeah, they have these lovely little old wicker, like go back to the 1900s when men used to wear swimming costumes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then they got these little wicker.
I still do. Yeah. The all-in-one.
How frightfully beautiful. But they have these little wicker baskets. It's like changing rooms, so it's quite quaint. Anyway, off to Tallinn after a relaxing day at sea and a beautiful place. This is a walled city. You've got some wonderful gardens and palaces that you can go to, but it's the centre of town that you want to see because this is the square. I know this really well. I've got a friend of mine that was lucky enough to actually marry an Estonian, and he had his wedding in the town hall there. So I know it very, very well. It tends to be a little bit more expensive for the restaurants around the outside, but you can have a wander down. There's the flower market there, or wander up and go up towards the church. It's a little bit of a steep walk, but there's some lovely little street vendors. Just on the way out, you can get some artwork and you can get a few bits and pieces and trinkets, and just generally a lovely day in Tallinn. Then we're off to St. Petersburg, and this is not just a day in St. Petersburg, this is a night. So what I'd recommend doing is get there. The first night, you have got to go and see the ballet. Now, I know I'm going to shock you here. I'm not the type of person that you usually associate with art and culture, but I did it twice. It was that good. You go there, have a glass of champagne. There's a beautiful live orchestra, and you can go and see the Russian ballet. Which, if you're going to go and see ballet, what better place to do it in Russia? I felt as if I was in a James Bond film. It was just brilliant.
I would love to do that. I really would.
The next day, of course, though, you're actually still in St. Petersburg, so you can go to the Church of Spilt Blood. You can go to some of the military markets where you can buy the old Russian submarine hats. And bring back some trinkets and bits and pieces. There's plenty to see and do. Then we're off to Finland. We're going to go to Helsinki. This is actually quite an industrial port. There's a lot of ferries that come in and out of this. So this has got a wonderful bristling culture, great architecture and great shopping. It does tend to be quite expensive, but it's one of those places you can buy. I can't remember the name of the brand now. I wouldn't be able to say it anyway, but there were some lovely glasses that we spent quite a bit of money on, and we actually brought them back, and we've still got them now. It's one of those places that you go, oh, I remember where we bought that. That was Helsinki. Yeah, lovely memories. Then we're off to Sweden. We're actually off to Gothenburg. You can go to the centre of the town where there's a Poseidon fountain. So for those that you do like cruising and your maritime things, you can go and see that. This is, again, a great place for shopping, but also great for boat tours and canals. So if you want to go on a little bit of a canal trip, then you can do. Then we're going to be coming back into Copenhagen, and just to remind you, of course, you can add on 2 nights in Copenhagen with just £229 per person. And Copenhagen itself, I mean, you've got Tivoli Gardens there, which you go out one night. You've got great shopping again, loads of museums as well, quite quirky museums. All I say is do your own research on that one. There's some very, very interesting museums, shall we say.
Just looking at the actual ship, the Getaway, I remember
stunning.
I actually went on her just as she launched, and she is really, really...
Is that your 25th or 26th cruise?
Oh, shush. Anyway, really important, Norwegian Cruise Lines, they've just gone premium, all-inclusive. So that means, including your price tonight, premium drinks, all your service charges, all your gratuities. Return flights based on London there, and the itinerary differs slightly depending on departure date. Now, if you've got room in your diary, you could get away on the 25th of May. That's the lead price. We've also got, say, dates there all the way through June, July, August and September. But say we've actually got the lead date there starting at 1149. So amazing value. And so even in June, they're great prices in June.
Yeah.
Well, throughout the whole season, to be fair.
And I can't emphasise enough, great value, because look at what's included there.
Well, for adults, a wide choice of premium beverages. That's spirits, draft bottle beer, wines by the glass, cocktails, alcohol-free beers, soft drinks, juices. Children and adolescents, they've offered unlimited juices, soft drinks and water. Now, your service charges, all tips, they are all included there as well. And all of your specialty coffees, so gorgeous coffees. All of that is included in the price tag.
And of course, don't forget that this is the first cruise line that's got a proper little, go-kart track at sea. A go-kart track at sea, which is a beautiful lead-in to our next little offer.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm actually lucky enough to be travelling over to Barcelona this weekend for the Spanish Grand Prix, the 27th Grand Prix to be held at the Circuit de Catalunya. If you love Formula One, then you've got to come to Planet Cruise, because we've got 2 great cruises which are going to be coming up. In fact, the Abu Dhabi cruise that you see to the left-hand side of your screen is actually going to feature on next week's show, but book it nice and early. That's a fantastic cruise with celebrity. So I know that you're a big fan of celebrity, but you also get qualifying and race day tickets and access to the after-race concerts. I'm not too sure who's actually playing. I know that Mariah Carey, Nicole Scherzinger and Black Eyed Peas have been confirmed for Baku.
Really?
But really big now that Liberty Media has taken over. But then we've got Monaco as well next year. Monaco. Star Clippers is one of the only cruise lines that are allowed to dock in Monaco during the Grand Prix. So you get a fantastic 3-night stay in a 4-star hotel in Nice, which is just down the road. If you're a Formula One fan, you've got to do it. It's absolutely amazing. And again, that's just two of the examples of the Formula One packages that Planet Cruise
And that
do.
celebrity one is going to be on the show next week, just to let you know.
And apparently there's Planet Cruise hosts in the resort as well. It won't be
Very
me,
good.
Unfortunately. I'd just be talking to you about Formula One cars and
Won't be me either, sadly, either. Anyway.
We don't get... do we get the rough end of the deal here?
Oh, we don't do bad, let's be honest. Now, coming up next, I was very lucky, actually, cruise with Princess the other year and had the most amazing time. And we've got a Princess cruise tonight starting at, God, it's really good, actually, 785. And this one is for spring bank holiday next year, of course, early May.
But
What?
even though it is for next year, again, deposit only.
And it's a really small one,
£50,
isn't it?
£50 deposit. But if you book it by, is it tomorrow? Yes, book
Yeah,
it
by
by
tomorrow.
then you also get an exclusive discount booklet as well. So if you want more information on that exclusive discount booklet, then phone up, ask the guys who are ready to take your call.
But you've got to do that by tomorrow to get
Tomorrow,
to get that £50 low deposit. I loved everything about Princess Cruises, actually.
They're great
Fabulous.
ships. I mean, bearing in mind, Sapphire, I believe she's on a what they call the Grand Class scale. So she's got lots to savour. Fantastic food. The actual dining rooms, they've got anytime dining on some of them. They've also got Sabatini's restaurant, which is absolute. If you love your steak, then you're absolutely going to love that. And you're Italian as well, and great shows on top of that to boot. But it's also the ports. I mean, this is a lovely little cruise that we've got. 7 nights leaving out of Southampton. First port of call is just over in Guernsey, and this is in St Peter's Port. Lovely place here. If you've never been before, you've got to go and do it. And there's some great historical things you can do with the Second World War, or you can just have a wander around the streets.
I don't know if they still do it, but I think when I was there, the bus, you could go anywhere on the bus for about £1 or something silly.
Crikey, when did you go there?
Yes, yeah. 1972.
No, to be
No,
fair-
honestly, it was really cheap.
To be fair, a lot of the actual modern
They're all
ports now,
laughing
they
at me
have,
now.
they
Look,
have the tour buses.
Go on the internet upstairs in the gallery before you scoff me and have a little laugh.
I know, but you'll have your pass in a couple of years. Actually, so. Anyway,
Oh.
use it. Michael Barrymore was saying using his. Anyway, let's just move on. Other celebrities are available.
They're
Now,
so mean to me here, I tell you. Where's next then?
relaxing day at sea, and then we're off to Bordeaux. Now, to be fair, you can actually go to Verdun here. So if you want to go by bus, you can go and see some of the palaces here as well, and some of the vineyards. In fact, there's actually the Chateau Rothschilds, which boasts one of the best winemaking regions in the world. It's actually widely known as the Court of Versailles as the King's Wine. So you'll love that. Then we're off to Bilbao. Now this is Basque country, so you've got fantastic food and great culture here as well. So you've got the Basque French side and the Castilians of Madrid. The two clash together. You can actually see the Guggenheim Museum there, which is beautiful. It's actually designed to represent fish scales on the outside. So a lovely place. And the Old Quarter is a good place. Just have a wander around and get lost, really. There's also a big dog made of flowers.
Oh, there you go.
Which is, seriously, if you've never seen it before, it's absolutely massive. You go, wow, that's a very big, small terrier. Anyway, then we're off to La Coruña. Now, this is where, again, you've got so much history dating back 2,000 years. You've got the Torre de Hercules. Again, this is somewhere that you can go to Santiago de Compostela. You've got Celtic monuments there as well. The choice is yours, but we round it all off by leaving here, having a relaxing day at sea, and then back into Southampton. So again, for those of you that don't like to fly or can't fly, then great offer, great ship, onboard spend, and if you book it by tomorrow, then you get that exclusive discount booklet as well.
So, brilliant low deposit, £50 has just been said, that exclusive discount booklet, and up to $325 onboard spend as well. And also, don't forget, if you'd like to make it even easier, because there's nothing worse than maybe having to drive down to Southampton on the day, been a bit stressed, you can actually stay the night before at the Holiday Inn Winchester for only £95 per person. That includes all your breakfast, parking, port transfers. Just quickly, come on. As everyone howled with laughter in the gallery when I said about £1 fare on the buses, I've just been on the internet. A flat fare of £1 will apply to all journeys of any distance on all routes in Guernsey. There you go.
So here's us trying to produce a professional TV show, and you're on the internet on the iPad.
Yeah,
Hey,
I knew it was £1.
what
though.
else are you looking on?
Look.
Oh my lord, I don't want to see that.
No.
Right, back
Look,
up.
a pound.
Yes.
Anyway.
Let's go on to our final
I was going to
cruise.
find my cruise information.
Shall I tell you, it's MSC.
I know it is MSC.
Splendida. We're off to Abu Dhabi.
We certainly are. And this
Yeah.
one is just... this has come down in price. It's part
Yes.
of their flash sale, isn't it?
Flash.
Yes. So, let's give you a little taster of MSC. The ships are known to be beautiful, aren't they?
Do you know what? This is one thing they really have got, that cosmopolitan Italian feel, really really contemporary. If you look at, I've always looked at these ships and gone, wow, I'd love to go on there. The fact that they do really good food, and when I say food, especially there's a cheese and a wine restaurant. They've got a 3D cinema. Some of the ships have actually got Formula 1 simulators. There's Keith going for another scoop of gelato. You're on board shopping as well, and fantastic dining and restaurant views. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. And yeah, look, they've got it. They've got it. If you want to go for fast food, then you can do.
I mean, imagine dining there. I mean, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, as a venue, as a destination, as a resort, it's got everything that you need. You've got entertainment. You've got fantastic bars. I mean, look at that interior.
Now imagine you're going to be on this ship for 8 nights.
Yeah.
Looking at the price there, 929. I was just trying to work out what return flights alone to Dubai would be, because they're included as well.
Yeah.
What, 550, something like that.
Well, I would say go and have a look,
Yeah.
or just give us a call and we'll book it all for you.
But to think, if you take the price of the flights out of this, what you're actually getting for a few £100 is amazing.
Yeah.
Really
And this actually works out £117 per night per person, which, when you think of that distance, and you've got flights available from Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow at no extra supplement as well.
And I don't know about you, but when it gets to kind of like January, February, I always get a bit down, because it's always...
Right.
You do, don't you, though? No, it's all really dark and miserable and cold. So to try and find some winter sun, not easy. What?
Go on a bus ride. I'll cheer you up.
For a pound. But you can get some fabulous winter sun. So we're going to fly you over to Dubai, of course.
Yep.
You're going to be transferred to port and you're going to embark the stunning MSC Splendida for 8 nights. And it's Abu Dhabi, first of all, isn't it?
Yeah, first port of call, Abu Dhabi. And I tell you what, this is amazing. The skyline, what they've done here with the resort, it's almost like the modern Vegas. I mean, some of the facilities that you've got in this wonderful city. You've got the Abu Dhabi Mall, the Marina Mall, the Al Wahida Mall. You can go to some great souks and markets as well, and you can buy near enough anything. Persian rugs, antiques, gold as well. Also, head out into the desert. You can do some desert safaris. There's the Grand Mosque there as well, which is something. The culture, if you want to do this, you can't go out there and not immerse yourself in the culture. You've also got Ferrari World as well, which has got the world's fastest roller coaster. Then we're off to Sabani Yas Island. Now, this is remarkable. If you love wildlife and if you love activities, you could see some of the kayaks there in the mangrove. You can see, I believe, is that the antelope of the Sabani Yas Islands? I do believe it is. But all joking aside, this is, the Caribbean where you have some of the private resorts, like Princess Keys, where it's just, it's beach barbecue, it's just a day on a sun lounger. What better sun lounger to do it than that? And then you've also got fantastic nature as well around you. There's some good tours that you can do here. That's something that we can book for you. So if you want us to book tours, then give us a call. Nice relaxing day at sea, and then we're off to Muscat. We're actually off to the Omani capital. Now again, there is great culture here. You've got the Al Jalila forts and the Al Marina forts as well. There's a Grand Mosque, which is the 3rd largest Islamic place of worship. Something crazy like the actual carpet is one of the largest carpets in the world and weighs something like 36 tons. Bizarre. I don't know how I got from culture and religion to carpets, but there we go. And there's also the Corniche in Matra as well. So if you want to go and have a barter, you've got to go there, and don't do the British thing where going, oh no, it's fine. No, have a proper barter. Go, no, walk away, wave them away. They'll come down with a better price. Then we're off to Khor Al Fakhan, and this, all I'd say is you've got the Sharia fort. You've also got an Islamic museum here, and this is where you can do a tour, which I was like straight away, yeah, it looks like an oasis, doesn't it? You've got the mountains in the background, you've got the beautiful water. You can actually go on a traditional boat trip for the day, and that's what I'd do there, because what better place? I mean, just think of the sunshine there, and then just sailing, it'd just be brilliant. But now we're finishing off. This is what I call like a bookend cruise. 2 massive ports to start and finish with. We're finishing in Dubai. We're talking the Burj Al Arab. We're talking Palm Island. There is just, there we go.
Oh, look at this.
And wait for it, the Burj Khalifa as well. Look at that.
I really fancy this one, because I always like to try and get away in January if I can.
Yeah.
It's depressing, isn't it?
I must admit, at the end of the year, I'm getting the chance to actually travel out here for the first time.
Are you?
So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to try and do the 2 in a couple of days, but there's so much to see in Duke here. But just think, all of that's included. Fantastic ship as well. No supplement if you're flying from Birmingham, Manchester, Glasgow, or from London as well. And you do get an overnight on board in Dubai.
Well, for $929, yeah, you'll get that overnight, as Justin just said. Return flights based on London, but very important for any of our viewers that live closer to Birmingham or Manchester or Glasgow, we've got flights available if you book right now at no extra supplement as well. I think that was really good. Now, we're going to do a recap in a few moments' time, but we have Rail and Sail for you next.
Yes.
Another event coming up.
Yes, so on Tuesday the 30th of May, this is actually down in St Albans in Hertfordshire.
Well, we're working again.
I know. And I would have actually, this is on my doorstep, I'd actually gone. Free entry and complimentary drink on arrival. If you go to our website, planetcruise.co.uk, and go to the events, you can register there. But again, Rail and Sail, I'm gutted. I think it's next week. We've got somebody coming down from the Rocky Explorer. So if you've ever wanted to go to Canada and you've wanted to go on the Rocky Mountaineer, then you've got to tune in next week. I'm gutted that I'm not here, because I absolutely love that cruise.
Either.
You're not?
No. But I can watch.
There you go.
Yeah, I can watch. Anyway, can I just say, first of all,
we squeezed so much in tonight, haven't we?
I know we are going to be very busy tonight, so don't forget, it is a different phone number on a Tuesday. It's 0808 250 2662. And also, you know, I spend a lot of time just looking at the Planet Cruise website, you know.
Yeah. And to be fair, the P&O deal that we started off with this evening, you can actually book that online.
Yes, you can.
As well. So you can follow the details on the website. And again, all the Formula One packages that we mentioned, they're all in there at a separate subheading. And yeah, just give us a call for any last-minute deals.
Anyway, let's just recap the 6 cruises we had. We start off with P&O on board the beautiful Britannia. This is a really, really low price for this cruise, actually. Bear in mind, you're away for 7 nights. We have got prices starting at $525, but it is selling very quickly. When cruises start to sell fast, prices do, of course, always go up. And if I was you, just having cruised around the Fjords myself, to have a balcony is going to make a huge difference, and you can get that upgrade tonight from under £15 per person per night there as well. And as we mentioned, if you ever see a cruise on the show from Southampton, to make life easy, you can always stay a night before at the Holiday Inn in Winchester from only £95 per person, and that includes breakfast, parking and port transfers. We then moved on to Thomson. Do you know you could get away for nearly 2 weeks on this one for under £700, so it works out just over £350 a week. So we've got exclusive price reductions on this one, and the return flight to London Gatwick or Luton or Cardiff. We've even got flights available from Manchester, Doncaster, Newcastle or Glasgow as well. You get to see a lot of the world on that one, actually.
Fantastic cruise,
yeah.
great price.
Really good. Then, do you know, Justin, I loved this one with Viking. I think you really brought this to life and gave us a real insight into what it's going to be like. I mean, it's a real adventure, isn't it?
The trouble is, again, I couldn't justify in the time that we had this evening the price tag, but you get so much there. You know, the 5-star hotels. In total, that's 5 nights. Or even more, and then you've got your 7-night cruise as well. You've got the Silver Spirit drinks package included as well. It is a once-in-a-lifetime. 11 excursions included Tiananmen Square, the Great Wall of China, Terracotta Warriors. It's just phenomenal,
and it's all organised beautifully by Planet Cruise. You don't have to worry. Yeah, you don't have to think about anything. It's all done for you there as well. And don't forget that is for a veranda as well. We then moved on to Norwegian Cruise Lines, and remember, they've really, really led the way now, because all of their ships, all of their cruises are premium, all-inclusive. So the price you see on the screen is the price you're going to pay for everything. That's it.
Yeah.
Service charges, tips, premium drinks, all included.
Bear in mind, obviously,
in that price.
some of the specialty restaurants and
Yeah, but
massages and the spa might be
Yeah,
more,
of
but
course,
you can
but-
budget. I mean, that is just phenomenal. And then this one at Princess, this was just a great offer.
Well, this one you can secure tonight for just £50 deposit, but that finishes tomorrow. And you'll also get a free exclusive discount booklet as well, with lots of offers in there, and up to $325 onboard spend. Don't forget, of course, you will be visiting loads of lovely places like that one, including Guernsey and that £1 bus fare. Do you remember?
£1, yeah, £1.
Yes, remember that
Dear
£1
me.
bus fare in St Peter's Port. Then Dubai flash sale. So I had to get that in again. This one has just come down in price, and for $929, you've got an 8-night cruise there. Pretty much guaranteed fantastic weather. Around about that time, it's sort of mid-20s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mid to late 20s. You're going to be overnight on board in Dubai. Return flights from London, but we also have flights available from Birmingham, Manchester and Glasgow at no extra supplement as well.
Also, don't forget, we've got that last-minute deal as well.
Oh!
Yeah.
So what was that again?
So if you're free on Sunday for 10 nights to go around the Norwegian fjords, then Cruise and Maritime on the Marco Polo is leaving on Sunday. You can have an inside cabin for $389 per person.
So that works out less than £39
Yeah.
per person per night. So
fantastic.
give us a call for that. Obviously, it will be limited availability, but if you can get away. That's why when I'm retired, and that's a long way away, obviously, Justin, but a long, long way away, many, many years, 30 years away. But, you know, to be able to just do that, to just get away last minute at that price would be amazing.
And by the way, that particular cruise is no children, it's just adults only. So
Okay.
for those of you who do like that. But this is the great thing, that tonight we've had so much, but we've got so much more to offer. We've just dipped our toe into the Formula One packages that we do, last minute deals. Just pick up the phone and dial the number at the bottom of the screen, and we will find something that matches what you want and your budget, which is...
And what time are we open till tonight, Justin?
10:30.
10:30,
Yeah.
and first thing tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
of course, as well. Justin, thank you so much. We will see each
Pleasure.
other in 2 weeks'
2 weeks'
time.
time. Yeah, Thomson Takeover.
Yes! Thomson Takeover. So all Thomson cruises in 2 weeks' time.
Can't tell you too much more, but keep your eyes out on social media.
Yeah, that is going to be really, really good. So, hopefully, we've shown you something you love tonight. If not, go on our website or just give us a call. But I love the cruise industry. I think cruise is the best way to holiday. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.